Throw Gang, we are joined by the unquotable king, Lauren Schlossman,
Fuck you.
and myself, Mr. Grey Lady himself, James Harris.
Jimmy Profile.
You like the profile? Let's get... Oh, welcome to the Weekly Burning the Boys, with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Before we get into Jimmy's New York Times profile, the collaboration of a lifetime finally going live and begging athletes for their used undies.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Yeah.
I saw you yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun.
Would you say you've been coming out of your cage?
What do you mean?
Are you doing just fine?
Yeah. What is this? What are you referencing? What are you quoting?
The Killers,
Oh.
Mr. Brightside. You didn't catch that?
No, I thought you were doing "Welcome Back" like the
Well-
old soul song, because I forgot you're white.
Welcome back, Cotter, dude.
Yeah, exactly. What are we doing?
Well, today
Used
is the day.
underwear, used undies. Oh, I'm having a great week. Thanks for asking. Fucking.
Wait, you asked me, how's my week?
How's your week been?
Pretty shitty. No.
Yo, you've been kind of down bad. You had did you go to therapy or something?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, by Zooming you and just letting you know that I was in sad clown mode.
Yeah, you're like, I care for you, man. I'm sorry I pissed you off while you had COVID.
It was partly
You're like,
that.
things have been bad at home. Things have been bad
No.
personally.
No. But I really the
Pepper's dying. Pepper
don't
good?
even joke like that.
All right, good.
Though when we did do a fact check for the New York Times,
Oh my god.
and were you joking when you were like, "Wait, so how old is your dog?" Or was the reporter was joking when he asked you to ask me?
No, what it was. Okay, I mean, well, do you want to talk about this now, or do you want to talk
but
about
just because like I then was like, "Damn, wait, how old is my dog?" And then I had to ask Jenna, and she's like, "Oh, Pepper's 8." Well, she didn't say that. She was very insulted that I didn't know, and then
Right.
did a rude roundabout wife/girlfriend thing where she was like, "Here are the dates, do the math," and I was like, "Holy shit, Pepper's 8 years old.
Yeah, that's old, dude.
Old, dude.
Also, you saw that French bulldogs are now like the subjects of like mad muggings.
Oh, dude,
You gotta be fucking strapped when you're walking her, bro.
the one good thing about Pepper, because we bought her off Craigslist.
You gotta get these maiden name rings on and fucking
Yeah.
pimp slap a would-be mugger.
But the good thing about buying a dog off of Craigslist who comes from a puppy mill in Ukraine is she's shaped disgustingly.
Oh.
She's the longest French. No one wants to steal the longest French bulldog of all time. She's cute, perpetual.
She's from
pup-
Ukraine.
Yeah, dude, you know that. I
Yo,
think
down with Putin. Save Pepper. Save Pepper.
her fake Ukrainian passport, or excuse me, her real Ukrainian passport with a fake vaccination stamp says that her name was Marta originally. Marta.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have seen that. That happens like in my neighborhood.
yeah. Careful.
The
Stay
bleeding
strapped.
edge of gentrification.
Stay strapped, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Um,
No. So the only people that I can go to when I have like real serious deep problems are the two people that know me better than anyone, you and Jenna. And yes, I was
You
apologizing
can see
to
a
you.
therapist.
I don't want to. Have you ever been to therapy?
Yeah. When I tried it like a little bit. I didn't like it.
You don't like
Not
it?
a
Yeah.
fan.
I did it. So
I
I could get
did it.
So I could get Adderall.
Oh.
But then I was kind of like, all right, like
You
I
want
could
Adderall? Oh my god.
I could get used to this little dialogue, this two-way street here, but I ultimately
you're telling me I get to
gave
pick-
it up
I-
because I was too lazy.
I get to speak interrupted for an hour. Might as well just start a podcast.
Right. No, but my point was that, like, yeah, so I had a heart to heart. I've been feeling very anxious because of all the stuff that's been happening.
We're gonna get
That's-
into all that. We're gonna get into your anxiety,
truth.
into your problems at home, into your issues in the
Shut up.
bedroom, into your old ass dog, into the fact checking, where the guy was like, "Is it true?" You when you said thought, does that stand for that hoe over there?
don't.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
First
Okay.
up,
Yeah.
today's the day.
Today's the day.
It's July 15th.
It's here.
We're
Finally.
fucking. We're feeling spry, even though we had the rager of the century last night at Justin Thoreau and cousin Greg's.
Yeah, this is all being
hole in the
recorded
wall.
in succession. No
Nice.
cousin Greg. The big nut has been busted.
Oh yeah,
It's here.
It's been fucking busted all over Mr. Porter's monocle, baby.
Hopefully you're copping as we speak.
Throwing Fit,
Or if
ex
you
Mr.
want to,
Porter,
at least.
we collaborated and worked with 13 separate of our favorite brands
Mm-hmm.
on 73 plus collaborative pieces. Right?
And merch as well.
Some were co-designed, some had our input, some had our tweaking, some is just our merch. 73 plus gorgeous pieces.
Wait, can I ask you a logistical question?
Yeah.
Does the 74 pieces include merch or does
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That math works out. Okay, cool.
I think with just brands is probably like 60.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Something like that?
In that range for sure.
I don't really know. I mean, the merch shorts are gonna fucking fly. Yeah, everything's already sold out. I don't know why you're even listening to us anymore. Everything's already sold out.
What are you? Is there something that you're like? Because we're not getting shit for free. The amount of people,
crazy.
The amount of fucking assholes, by the way, that have like snuck in little flow team quips, marketing budget asks and inquiries. I'm like, I'm not James and I are not getting anything.
Well, now you know how you feel when you hit up your boys and you're like, "Yo, what's the sizing on this fucking ALD loafer,
Well,
Teddy?"
to be clear, no one with the same amount of clout as me has asked me for something.
Fair enough.
Asked us for something. But so what are you gonna buy? What is the thing that you're like? Because I there's something that I'm like, I hope it doesn't sell out because I'm gonna buy one for myself. I don't know if you have something that you
I do. I mean, when I'm parsing through all 73 plus pieces from All Cap Studio, Beams Plus, Connor McKnight, Drake's, Hayato Today, Maiden Name, MF Pen, Mon Italy, Norbit by Hiroshi Nozawa, Stofa, Tori Van Thompson, White New York, and Yucatan. And yes, I said that without an issue because I can finally breathe.
Yeah.
Because I got the Trump drugs, baby.
Yeah.
Horsepower.
Yeah, dude.
I'm fucking feeling good. You know, I had metal mouth.
Yeah,
Did we talk about this?
bro.
On the pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like extensively.
Yeah, and bad diarrhea.
You are gonna have long COVID. I feel like if it's real, whether it's real or not, like you're gonna have.
I've been feeling great because whether it's the Paxlovid, whether it's the post-COVID
the glow.
life force,
The post-COVID glow.
the post-COVID glow, or just because I didn't drink for a week and slept 8 hours a night.
That's probably it.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Okay, of the 73 plus pieces that are out there, honestly, I was going to say this for the fit check, but it might be this Norbit by Hiroshi Nozawa vest because I looked up the MSRP, market suggested retail price, and I was like, that's not bad for some god-level Japanese gorp.
Yeah, it's so sick.
And wearing this around the crib, even on a fucking blazing hot day like today,
Spicy day.
this is like a hot weather. This is a hot weather John.
Yeah.
So it's that. It's the Mon Italy shirting, and it's the chocolate.
There's no shirting from Mon Italy. So
Sorry, MF Pen.
Yep.
And it's the chocolate and lavender Tory Van Thompsons, which I was wearing, or maybe it's chocolate and baby blue. Yeah, it's chocolate and baby blue, which I was wearing in our pick with Mr. Mort. And yo, I have some of those Yucatan boots.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In my possession. They gotta go back, otherwise I get charged. They're fucking sturdy.
I need the boots for sure for fall. That's on there. And then as I've been getting dressed in this like heat wave, I've realized that like the only short sleeve button ups I have are all campies. And while there is a beautiful long sleeve campy, cropped fit, beautiful fabric from Stofa in this collection, you and I are kind of generally, I think, moving past like the big colorful floral campy vibe. But the short sleeve, just straight up button down from MF Pen, I needed that this week, dude.
Bro,
I needed it last week.
MF Pen
I'm getting it.
MF Pen was top of the list when they were like, hey, carte blanche, who do you want to work with? MF Pen for the short sleeve shirting, because I've been putting you on for a minute, and then you've been putting on the Larry clones. That's how it goes. The MF Pen shirting is on, at this point, it's the top two, in my opinion, are Our Legacy and MF Pen.
Sell me this motherfucking pen.
Sell me the shirt, are your arms hot?
Yeah, exactly, right. Okay, Cop Up. It's available now.
What do you think is going to sell it first?
The shorts. The new shorts. Yeah. They are fucking sick.
South Beach Leopard. Let's go.
3 colorways, right?
In the leopard, and then I don't know.
That's
right. I don't know how many colorways in the regular.
Oh, I forgot. There's like UNC colorway. There's like might be a Lakers. I don't even know what like made the final cut. Yeah, all those shorts are gonna fucking go for
It's
sure.
so robust, and so the breadth is so wide and deep. It's not just a spaghetti farm. It's a fucking. It goes this way too. I can't even wrap my fucking head around it, let alone anybody else. They're calling it fucking hand selects. They're calling it capsule collection. It's 13 brands, collaborations. No, sorry. 13 of our favorite brands, 73 plus collaborative pieces, one best-in-class retailer, and the only podcast that matters.
Hopefully you guys find something or many somethings to love, and they're all within your budget, and you can get everything you want, and I have no doubt whatever you do get, you will be very happy, and you're welcome.
Yeah, and if you went to the party last night, you're still fucked up in Coppin right now. Right. So those were the tactics all along.
Yeah. Hopefully,
the event budget was actually supplied by the buyer's budget because they know that if you get them drunk enough, they'll buy 2 of everything.
Exactly. So yeah, the party was awesome, right? It was fucking sick, dude.
Whoever buys, everybody was there, bro. Emrata was there, titties out. Whoever buys the most.
Tom Brady was there.
Yeah, Tom Brady was there. Hog out,
gooch out.
Whoever buys, send us your receipts. All right, DM us your receipts. Whoever buys the most comes on the pod as a guest.
Stop it, bro.
Yes.
No, dude.
Yes.
Whoever buys the most gets an all expenses paid trip to rehab. That's what you get. Courtesy of Mr. Porter, because you have a problem, seriously.
No, come on the pod.
No.
All right, Chef, take us out. Lawrence, should we get into a little fit check, drink check?
Yeah, why don't you start? Drink check. I mean, fucking not much is happening here on that front.
Well, we got dinner with Mr. Porter later. Upstairs, I was wearing. I can't say what I was wearing upstairs. You know, shout out Young Dro. These ain't out yet. Anonymousism socks. Stussy black navy leopard print beach pants. Are these beach pants or the Brian pants?
They're the beach pants.
Okay.
What did you say? Brighton?
Brian.
Oh no, beach pants. Yeah.
All right. Engineering garments, white tee. I'm gonna skip the vest for a second.
Okay.
Oh no. Hanes boxers, and then the rest is the remaining 3 items are available today on MrPorter.com/throwingfits. I assume that's the URL. It might not be.
Yeah.
Go to.
No idea.
Go to link in bio.
We should be on the front page. I'm assuming, right?
First up, I'm gonna go top down a little bit. I'm going outside in. The TF glitch hat created by our boy Grant at Town Dust. Pretty sure these are available for sale. If not, we got you. Totally fine.
Yeah, they're gonna be available.
I have 3 versions of this hat. This is
know.
finally the final version.
On the U-Pings.
I wore this last night at the fucking party.
Same Z's.
Wait,
is that cool? I'm gonna wear it too.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta rep. Gotta put it on.
Next up, these fucking
They look these are sick because I know it's like we're supposed to be glitched or they are glitched up.
Right.
They look shishiko on the
Sashiko.
Shishiko. What did I say? Shishito like peppers?
Yeah, it's Sashiko.
Shishiko.
Sashiko.
Sashiko. No H.
Sashiko.
There's an H.
In the second sh.
Okay.
And the only sh.
Okay.
And the only sh that matters.
Sashiko.
Yes.
They look Sashiko.
Yeah.
Because
of
the
like
navy and the white. They're fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, I love it.
Grant fucking nailed it, dude.
Absolutely.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. I mean, the other 2 are good, but it's like these are the best blanks.
Well, one is suede, and that was just we're like, this is gonna be too expensive for merch. But so you and I have them.
Exactly. I got the main name gems. Got the fucking fingies, dipped and adorned. What do you think? This is your first time seeing these, right? You saw these at the photo shoot.
Yeah, I need one. Well, that's another thing that we didn't say, but I need one of them. I got to look at the full spread because there's a few options, but I need one in a size 6 for I'm going to do a pinky ring.
I think there's 4 rings available, maybe 5 or 6, and an earring.
2 earrings. 1 earring?
1 earring, I believe.
Okay.
Which I might get and replace this.
You should.
I'm finally going to take this out.
You need to replace it.
Yeah,
you need to go with what is it like? It's like a dangly dagger type vibe. It's
fire.
sick. You should do that for sure. You need to get that. You need to get that fucking cursed fucking lobe on the right track.
If I can excavate it from the scab that it's been in since last October.
I can't wait for your ear to just heal so I can stop
Yo, look at this fucking milky gem right here. Look at this little that fucking tiger's eye.
Yeah, beautiful.
I dropped some photos in the cord that are like taken in the sun. They're nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one for my pinky. I just need to get my right size.
Super tasteful. Arguably the most like fashion-y brand that I think we collaborated with. They mainly focus on like unisex and women's wear.
Yeah,
they're big faves of like Vogue and Essence, but men's jewelry. They source the vintage rings that I wear all the fucking time.
Yeah, I think when people think about throwing fits, they don't think about like downtown queer vibes. They think of more brolic jock Brooklyn
Tom
vibes.
Brady tweets.
Yeah, they think more of Brooklyn grifters. But Maiden Name is like next up in that scene. And they fucking killed these jewels. They're beautiful. I think maybe those will sell out because I think they're affordable from what I understand versus like what you're getting. And I think that it's just limited because there's only so many precious gems on this planet.
Well, exactly. Which is the James Webb telescope photo. All I saw was fucking gems, bro. All I saw was rings.
All you saw was Maiden Name, dude.
No, but what's cool with Maiden Name is that like with the cash infusion that Mr. Porter gave them with this buy, they're able to start up their jewelry program from scratch because
we did that.
They hadn't done. Yeah, we are heroes. We fucking platformed queer downtown jewelry designers.
Of course, that's what we do.
So it's cool that they're actually able to take like their taste from sourcing vintage into designing their own original shit.
Yeah, like the universe, we contain multitudes, and we will put on anybody who deserves it.
Exactly. Lastly, I got the Norbit by Hiroshi Nozawa fucking assassin navy blue exclusive colorway to the Throwing Fits Mr. Porter project. I have never been.
Can you do a twirl for the boys and girls?
I have never been a vestman.
This is crazy. Yeah,
I've never been a vestman, and I put this on. It's fucking brolic in the back.
So sick.
It's got
so
like
sick.
This whole thing is just a fucking pocket.
I know
right
it's
here,
awesome,
right?
dude. So much granola can fit in there.
Exactly. I put my Pepsi in here.
You got pockets of like I said, you can burn every fucking tote you own because you can carry around everything that you need in this vest for a day out on the town, whether that is downtown or in Brooklyn.
Chef, mute me while I put my mic back on.
Oh yeah, you're probably making so much fucking static.
I could put the fucking Zoom in here. Yo, these big ass
pot
pockets.
we could pot on the go.
I mean, it really is like I feel like fucking like 50 Cent about to go fishing. Like
Ooh,
2002 50 Cent.
Yeah, this is like
Bulletproof on the fucking on the Hudson.
Anything Americana, the Japanese are going to do better than anyone because they care more than anyone, and this is a gorped up fishing tactical combination fucking Voltron Destructo vest.
I wore this out today, 95 degrees, and it's breezy. I mean, I should have gone shirtless, to be honest. It would have been fucking
dude.
Like times piece.
I mean, now that
nipples
you're
are
fucking
out.
feeling yourself, dude. Now that you got like fake muscles because of how the sun was hitting your mesh, you're feeling yourself maybe too much.
The photo editor was like, "Oh, this is a one-man story. I only budget to do
hold
to
on.
Photoshop one person."
Save it. We got to explain that a little bit more.
Anyway, so this might honestly be the piece that I go for because I've never really found a vest that I really liked. And Norbit by Hiroshi Nozawa, the reason why I wanted them involved in this project was because the first piece I ever put on, I had admired them from afar.
Of course.
But the first piece I actually ever put on was was stocked at Mohawk General Store.
Yes, sir.
When we did a party with our boy Kevin, and I put it on and had the asymmetry just like this.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a bit more asymmetrical.
It was padded. I think it was more
it
like a down
It was a puffer,
vest.
and it was like a micro zipper.
Yeah.
But this is just like, so I might actually go for this. And I saw what it's going to retail for, and it's not crazy considering what Norbit normally runs for when you're talking like the big black puffers.
Yeah, there is a parka, which is probably going to be considerably more expensive.
7 or 8. Or
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
6 to 8.
but that's like taped seams. You could fucking climb Everest. Like that is indestructible. This is a little bit easier, breezier. You could catch him on the creek. You can catch him in the streets. Either way, he's gonna have his hands free.
From the creeks to the streets.
off the motherfucking dome.
Where was that energy when we were getting interviewed? Drinking Greenpoint's finest.
I saved all my good quotes for the podcast.
And a Diet Pepsi, which is heavily featured on my Small Talk studio pants that are heavily featured in the New York Times.
Yeah, that is true. Well, okay, we'll talk about because you're going pants crazy in that article because you got pants described and you're wearing big pants. Anyway, okay. I wore Sambas to the crib. I am wearing tie-dye Stussy socks. I have on the all-season wool Stofa drawstring trousers. You can wear them in 90 degrees.
Yep.
And I think based on now that I'm like giving them a little test drive, they're going to definitely work for the spring. And I even think they would go into fall. So it's not you can't probably, if you wore them in the winter, you probably need some long johns, but the fit is fucking, sick. Obviously there's going to be a ton of sizing information and the A-list customer service you have come to expect from a global best in class retailer like Mr. Porter.
Also, great return policy.
Again, for exchanges only.
Yes.
In this case. What I will say about these pants and one fit thing is I'm like between the 33 and the 34, and the 48 fits perfectly.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like a true size
It's a drawstring, right? So if you fucking slim down a little bit, cinch them up.
I will say the fit, as you can see in the
around
fit
Thanksgiving time, maybe
Yeah.
the last weekend you can wear them, let them out.
But the fit is easy and breezy and loose, which is why we tap Stofa because they're
You little slub.
they're the best when it comes to that. Like
Mama's little slub.
that tasteful. I'm trying to do my pitch here, dude. Relax. I'm trying to chill. It's that tasteful Italian chic looseness that you have come to love. The fit on these, I think, if you think you're between sizes, Larry's recommendation.
Ooh,
again,
Larry Rack.
with the best in class exchange policy, knowing that they have your back at Mr. Porter, I'm going to say go for the smaller size.
Oh wow. Ooh,
Well,
Vanny size.
'cause
We fucking love a Vanny size.
I've tried on the 50 and I've tried on the 48, and the 48 is like it's made for me, like a second skin. Moving on up,
like Brady brand underwear,
Like
or
Brady-
so we're told by our best friend JJ Redick.
No, by our best friend Tom Brady's
fuck Tom Brady.
social media manager.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Well, also, here's the thing. As a Giants fan, we don't have to hate on Brady because we literally own him, bro.
When Tom Brady comes to the crib to pod, there's gonna be it's tomato season. I don't care if it's the middle of winter. There's nightshades everywhere, dude. Eggplants, tomatoes, whatever else the fuck is a
Yeah,
nightshade.
I don't know if you missed it, but Tom Brady, I'd like to believe that Tom Brady listened to our JJ Redick podcast, but I'm sure his social media manager or somebody in his camp did. JJ had only nice things to say about Brady Brand and his good friend Tom Brady. And Tom Brady was just engaging with the boys on the fucking timeline, just creating a fucking social media frenzy because that is the throwing fits difference as the only podcast that matters.
As a Brady fan and as somebody who's generally on the right side of history,
Wait, now you're a Brady fan.
No. I'm asking you.
oh,
no, sorry.
now I am.
Sorry, I meant as a Giants fan.
Okay.
And as a Patriots hater, and as a Brady
yeah.
hater, and as someone generally on the right side of history, I think you were like, you don't support genocide in Rwanda. That's cool.
Yeah.
You adopted a Ukrainian refugee.
I did.
7 years before.
Before it was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Before it's trendy. How quickly would you swallow your pride and have Brady on the pod for the clout? Or for the good of the pod?
Why are you even asking? I would do I would
in a
do
heartbeat.
1 second.
All right.
What you wouldn't? If we can even remotely even put a request in, which we're gonna do in the DMs, along with our Brady brand flow pack that apparently is gonna come our way. That's the ask, bro. He and listen, will it happen? Probably not. But
No.
why would you ever swallow your pride when you can have the GOAT on the fucking pod?
You're right. I am the pod. The pod is me. You are the pod is you.
I've
What's
been
good for the goose is good for the gander.
I've been sitting in a corner all day, just swaying back and forth, telling myself that 1 for 1 and 1 for all, 1 for 1 and 1 for all. I love it here. I love James.
We'll
This
get
sounds
into
great.
it. We'll get into You've had a bad week.
I am wearing an LL Bean Oxford cloth button down.
Great shirt.
Thank you.
I'm bigging you up, bro.
Yeah, it's working. And I am also
Great fucking hat.
And I'm also
great
wearing,
fucking hat.
I'm also glitched up top.
We glitching like
And then I'm wearing Supreme Hanes boxers.
glitching like the Y2K
soon to be Brady
bug.
brand. Rollie on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy. Lot of fucking real estate for some maiden name rings, dude. So
Do you have are you gonna go brown? So they're all silver, by the way, which I think is tasteful.
which matches my medals, which is what I want.
So you're gonna go right hand pinky.
No, left hand pinky. I'm gonna load it up. I want to have everything.
You're gonna
Thanos it exactly. I want to have the Infinity Gauntlet on the left hand, or get another Infinity Stone for the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know what stone. Maybe what's the green one? Is it jade?
Jade or emerald?
It's not emerald.
I don't know,
Bro,
Is emerald
an
rare?
emerald ring would be like that's like people get emeralds for like engagement rings.
Okay. Wait, really? Damn, it smells like broke.
No, dude, emeralds are crazy. Not just I think trendy, but very expensive. Wait,
Really?
emerald is a precious stone.
Jade then? I don't know.
I think it's jade.
Okay.
Anyway, I think I want to go for that. But again, I just got to make sure that I don't know. Is there like you can buy them in your ring sizes, right?
yes.
Okay, because I need to. Jenna was going to get me a ring, so we measured it out. So I know I'm a size 6. So if anyone wants to buy me one, buy me a size 6.
All right.
That's a fit check, and I'm just drinking Green Point's finest.
Yeah, because we're sipping on that.
So we told the Brady story. Check Twitter.
Told the Brady story.
Check our fucking mentions.
Yeah.
That was sick. That was dope.
I
love
I
that.
seriously think we have more of a shot than you are giving us credit for. Only because I know you're not on TikTok, but Brady is leaning into being like fun goofball guy that's retired. Is he retired?
No, he's
He's
playing.
back?
He's
Okay,
back. Are you
fuck.
joking? Yeah.
So he's like, like fun goofy.
Presumably for the real swan song will be this season, but
Okay.
unclear.
Fun goofball guy in the offseason where he's like doing Minions memes and shit. You know what I mean? Well,
savvy,
but it's like
savvy social media team.
the Minion TikTok is like, yo, it's like Yeet Rich Minion.
Oh hell yeah!
I count money. I count money.
Can that be the outro song, Rich Minion?
Yeah,
that was
for
my
sure.
comment on the OG Porter pick. It's like we are the rich minions, dude. That's us, dude.
But he's like walking his fucking PG. He's like, yo, they're not showing Minions on like Saint Bart's or whatever. So,
Oh,
like,
sure, 'cause
have
he's
to
on
fly
vacation.
to the fucking IMAX here to go watch Rise of Groots.
Was it SpawnCon or was he just like jumping on the trend?
He's just jumping on the trend.
Sick, dude. That's tight. I guess he doesn't need the money.
He like rode a bike. He's also like in New York quite a bit. Also, the Brady brand, we have connections through Dow Yeet.
Yeah, I think that if there was a shot to get the GOAT on the GOAT podcast.
Also, fucking Mikey styled it, bro.
Oh, that's right. But Mikey wasn't there with Brady on set.
No, but Mikey the Hitman is like in the
I
Brady
know.
brand's network.
Mikey has been co-signed by Brady Brand for sure. We do know Dow Yee, King in New York.
How does styling work when it's just like an underwear brand where it's like, all right, you're hot, wear this pair of underwear. You're hot, wear that pair
I
of
don't know. I
underwear.
think Mikey's just on set fluffing, dude. Just making sure,
all right.
making sure the dudes
Just
are
flicking dicks.
Boy,
Like a fucking doorstop.
yeah, making
Making
sure the boys are chubbed up for Brady. Chubbed up for the GOAT. Can that be the title? Chubbed up for the GOAT? Because we are. Anyway, we'll give a Brady brand underwear review coming soon.
Yeah,
and whatever,
live review.
and whatever else comes in the flow pack. The fact that Brady brand is going to be like the big legacy, like when he does finally step away.
Because the whole TB12 like cycle health thing, like
That is,
fucking
by the way, a lot of people
myth busted.
yeah, a lot
Nothing
of
but podunk.
a lot of Brady haters like just linked to that in our comments
really?
or excuse me in our mentions just to be like, oh, remember this, you fucking weirdo, whatever. Anyway,
Remember when we were on Barstool Sports? No.
the point still stands that Brady brand is big money, and you're looking at two bona fide gatekeepers that could really take. This should be our pitch. We can take Brady brand to the next level.
I wonder if they even pitched
We
this-
can ingratiate you. No, we never pitch. We can ingratiate you in with the fucking Jones enthusiasts, the cool guys and cool girls that hang on our every word.
Yeah. Sorry, keep riffing.
No, that's.
Oh, you're done? Okay.
That's it. That's all I had.
I'm wondering if we got pitched for Dao Yi when he.
No, I don't
when
think
Brady
so.
Ran, okay. When Brady Ran first launched. Okay. Speaking of New York City natives that are getting tons of press attention, tons of ink.
Natives, more like native.
I got the fucking logo yadded up, baby.
You do.
I got to yeet it up.
Yeah.
Which I never showed him. Let's talk about throwing fits for men's fashion. The headline of yesterday's Thursday style section.
We don't know where
making
it's
fucking.
We don't know if it's above the fold,
crazy
below the
waves.
Fold, otherwise, yeah.
It's breaking chart beat records. It's number one on most shared. It fucking knocked. The op-ed about there's too many pronouns. Knocked that at the top spot.
That op-ed that ran in the style section.
Yeah. Pamela Paul, you're on fucking notice.
The only people that read the style sections are they thems anyway. So that was poor placement.
Exactly. I have a New York Times op-ed fucking drafts snipe, bro. Just in the drafts though. 'Cause I had to wait for this article to come out.
Really? Can you give us a hint?
No, because it's a photo.
What? It's a photo?
It's whatever.
Wait, you're honestly filing an op-ed for the New York Times?
No, I have a tweet drafted making fun of the New York Times op-ed section for being transphobic.
Have I ever? Do you remember that at some point during Complex, I wrote an op-ed about masculinity? I was part of
what?
Yeah, I wonder if people could find it.
Wow, you used to write,
and it's definitely like I'm thinking.
Wait, on the New York Times?
So they were doing an op-ed package on masculinity, and they tapped a bunch of people. And I don't know how my name got in the mix, but they're shorter. They're not like full. How long is a normal op-ed? It's pretty fucking long, right? Yeah. These were a little bit shorter, and I remember like it wasn't good. And it wasn't like out of pocket or anything. I think I was like trying to, break down barriers and help redefine. I think I was like,
men can be gay too.
I was like, yeah. It was basically like this. Just because you have bacon in a beard doesn't mean you're a man. Being a man is being in touch with your feelings. I was young and stupid when I wrote it. Don't Google this.
Full of cum.
Yeah, don't Google this, but it exists. But it was
now you're old, dumb, and full of cum.
Full of rage.
Yeah. Full of sadness.
Anyway, should we talk about how this came together? Where do we start?
All right. I mean,
we're the New York Times.
Well, okay. So it's like, this Mr. Porter thing.
Technically, we're the New York Times.
Yes. I'm in the New York Times.
Yeah, you are.
The Mr. Porter thing, I think the project, maybe people will finally understand when they see, when they can actually click through all 73 plus products. But I was like, this is a big moment. Mm-hmm. Forget the actual products themselves. This what other podcasts could do this?
Right.
I think what's emblematic of the Throwing Fits extended universe is that you have Stofa sitting next to Norbit, sitting next to Tori Van Thompson, sitting next to All Cap, sitting next to Mon Italy. This is what connects all these things. It's a very specific kind of strata of the menswear landscape that I think you and I both affect and to some extent lead. So
this project is bigger than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, and a lot of it was we brought on because of this, Maiden Name was able to start up their jewelry program. Right. Because of this, Hayato today, a one-man operation with a Japanese guy with a gigantic Lil Wayne portrait on his bicep.
The man.
Now sits next to Tom Ford, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Lil Wayne is next to Tom Ford.
It's Hayato today, Hermes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's Tori Van Thompson and then Tom Ford. So I thought that was pretty sick. And I hit up Stella Bugbee, the editor of New York Times.
Who we saw at Naomi Fry's birthday party, and
she's like, I love what you guys are doing.
And we spent a good amount of time. I think we talked about some Bible. We were schmoozing and we were ingratiating ourselves. And you had the genius idea, which again is why it all goes back to you on this. So
should we pitch Hypebeast?
What?
Dream. You mustn't dare to dream a little bigger, darling.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, so we pitched Stella and she bit.
Is that the line? You mustn't dare to dream a little bigger, darling.
Dare to dream a little bigger, darling.
All right.
Something like that. You're close. I mean, everyone knows.
She's saying his Solomon
Alfie Solomon
voice.
Just fucking.
A fucking face melting,
garbled and fucking marbled, dude.
I'm fucking off the gin, man. And she was like, "Yo, I love this, but I can't do it because she's like, I'm gonna give it to an editor because I assume conflict of interest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't sure if it was gonna happen. This was our first choice, and it happened. The writer came over and we sat at this very fucking table. Oh, he came out actually. The photo shoot happened first, right?
Yeah,
right?
I believe so. I believe the photo shoot. Yeah. The photo shoot happened before we sat down with
and the photo
John
shoot was just
Ortfed,
like a
the writer.
fucking tornado ran through this place and butt fucked my crib.
Right, we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Destroyed.
crib is now young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah. Looks great, by the way. The redecorating you did when you had COVID is really hitting, bro.
Thanks. And I finally got a TV.
Yeah. Where's it gonna go?
So I think it's gonna go here.
Hell yeah.
But it can't go too high.
Wait, so are we gonna still? Oh, because we're not gonna be. We're gonna move the setup then when the TV's there. Obviously.
No, I have two options. One is that it goes behind the Bora blanket, and then I create a dowel system. A dowel yee.
Yeah.
And so you can it's on a dowel down here, and you can just lift it on hooks because I don't watch TV all day.
Right.
I watch TV at lunch and at night.
Sure.
Or I just put it in the corner here, so basically right behind you, and it only blocks a little bit of the Bora blanket, but it's out
big.
of the way.
Because I have mine on an arm, kind of so it can come in. You've seen it in my house, so it comes off of a corner. But there's not enough. The TV between here and there, you could have it on an angle.
So
maybe.
it's 4 feet. It's 4 feet. So if it's a 4-foot hypotenuse,
it
could just be it'd be on an angle. For sure.
That could work. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you, but
it would not fit flush against that wall.
No, right.
Or
obviously.
just say fuck it to this blanket and have the TV in front of it, or just move the blanket somewhere else, which would be end of an era, which would suck.
As soon as you get, and by the way, I have the GOAT TaskRabbit. I've talked about him before, so if you need a mounter, holler at me. I'll put you in touch with the fucking mans. But the audience will be able to see for themselves whenever it gets set up.
Damn, the last time I used a TaskRabbit, he was anti-vax. He gave me his fucking SoundCloud link.
Well, you already had COVID. So.
He no, this was peak COVID. This is peak New York COVID.
No, I'm just saying if you had him back.
Oh,
in here,
got
it's
it.
A big
I had a
thing.
fucking TV mounter guy that was doing pull-ups on the TV mount
to prove it's how good of a job he did.
Yeah, and he was a big
He was
boy.
flexing.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about. Sorry, that was just a little.
Oh, the photo shoot came through, and you were taking a shit.
Oh yeah, so the photographer,
I'm in the fucking shower.
The photographer Isaac, what's his last name?
Isaac Turner.
He fucking rocked.
No.
We said
Isaac Hayes.
He was a psychopath in a great way. We have so much B-roll that hopefully. Because the article, which, by the way, we look awesome, which we'll talk about in a second, because that obviously was the main thing for me. Do we look good? Which we do. We have so many other ridiculous photos that, I don't know why we thought the New York Times would run a photo of me with my pants down and you in the shower.
Yeah.
But
look, he's pooping and potting.
Yeah, but hopefully we can drop those. But anyway, what else do we want to talk? Well, we got to talk about this article.
Well, okay, so you want to talk? Let's talk about the photo editor first for a second, because hold on, let's run a show.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So not the photographer himself, Isaac, but the photo editor.
Actually, why don't you tell me? So the editor, the article dropped online Wednesday morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But it's in print on Thursday. I texted you. I got up early. I slept terribly because I had a glass of wine and a Negroni last night, and I was up at 6. And I sent it to you around 6:15. And you were already up and you're reading?
Yeah.
Why were you up so early, and how did you first see this story?
So last night when I went to bed and I said goodnight to Jenna, I was like, excited for the New York Times tomorrow morning. She's like, nah, there's no way. If it's in the Thursday style section, that'll come out
why are you doing that voice, bro?
late because I'm fucking making fun of her. Because she was wrong. Because she's a fucking stupid bitch. No, I love you, what? I love my wife. I love you, JB. So I was like, okay, maybe. So I wasn't sitting up at night being anxious because I was like, okay, maybe she's right. Maybe it will come later in the day. So I woke up pretty early.
Because of this article?
No, but just because I've been sleeping fucking terribly because I'm a head case. Yeah. And she had texted it. She had gotten up because she was gonna go work out before she went to the office. So I got a text from her. And I was reading it, and then you texted it to me, and I don't think I said anything because I was already kind of halfway through. So I was leisurely taking my time, poring over every line, zooming in on the picture, and then the door just opens, and Jenna walks in, and she just looks like
beautiful,
shook,
radiant,
and I'm like, what? She goes,
class.
She goes, you didn't finish it yet, and I was like. And my heart's I'm like, no. I'm
because you were.
I'm zooming in to make sure that I look skinny.
You were. I think you thought there was I would say 16% chance that we're going to get canceled.
No, I didn't think
you were a little shook that we were going to be.
Know.
You were a little shook. You were way more shook than I was.
We say a lot of shit on this show. We have a lot of fun.
It's all on the record.
And unfortunately, it's all on the record. Anyway, so
fortunately, bro, this is the fucking art. Put this shit in the Library of Congress.
Right. And I was like,
next to Wayne bars.
I mean, whatever. We work for ourselves. We work for the best friends behind the paywall. So shout out to you guys. But so I'm like, no, I'm not done. I'm busy zooming in to make sure I look fucking sexy. I'm like, why? What? She goes, so you haven't finished it yet? And I'm like, no, what? And I was literally about to start crying. She goes, it's all about James. And I'm like, and I go, and then because of another detail we'll share in a second, I was like, wait, what do you mean? Then I'm like, what? And because obviously, like, I had seen my name, I see myself in a picture, so I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, oh, it's just all James quotes. And I'm like, okay, so what? She goes, no, you don't get quoted once. And I was like, the fuck? And then I was like, wait a second.
I'm gonna read this hoe.
I gotta dive back in and really fucking make sure that she didn't miss something. And then
yeah, women can't read, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then she was right. I am the only guy to ever agree to a profile in the New York Times.
Yes.
To not be quoted in said profile.
Yeah, we need.
And that is a dubious distinction at best, but it is one that I now have to live with.
You know, like the Twitter account that's like the New York Times, like first time they use this word bot. Like we need that, but for like first time somebody agreed to be in a profile that wasn't quoted.
Because like they'll do like the whole thing is like we reached out to Alex Jones for comment, and
Wait, so what was So what was your first reaction when you realized that you had not been quoted in your New York Times write up?
Like terminally
Dubious to call it a profile, so I'm calling it a write up.
Terminally butthurt. I was like, are you kidding me?
Down badder.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously everyone at this point has read it. I'm sure at this point it was in print. Hopefully with solid enough real estate that we have now promoted it and people have read it, and you will see that no, I was not quoted once.
I don't know when I realized that. I think someone told that to me.
Oh, you didn't?
I was like keeping score.
Because when you text, what did you? Let me go back here. Because you texted me.
Go back.
Right.
Timestamps too.
And let's see.
This is the fucking.
You said it was what time in the morning?
This is the 7:13 commission.
All right, here we go.
It's like 6:15.
Sorry, we text so fucking much, dude. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Okay, hold on. I'm still going back up to this morning. Blah blah blah.
We've been together for 2 hours at this point, and we texted this much.
Oh my god, I'm still going. All right, we're almost there, guys. Jesus Christ. All right,
whoever buys the most clothing from the Mr. Porter Throwing Fits project gets to be on a group chat with me and Lawrence.
Okay. At 6:51, you texted it to me, so almost 7.
Oh, okay.
You said, pretty short. Let's figure out today how to message this. My response, I can't believe I didn't even get quoted in our own profile. That was at 6:58. I said, at least the pics look good. And then you just said, NYT nips. And then I have a bunch of other stuff that I said here that going through the stages of grief, I'm not going to repeat on pod so that we can keep all of our professional and personal relationships intact. But yeah, that was the exchange between me and you this morning. Thanks, Mr. NYT Nips.
Yeah, I think my first reaction was managing your sadness. Just
Yeah.
like, yo, it's cool.
But you didn't do there based on that.
Oh, yeah, no. I was trying to like, I was trying to lighten the mood. You know, like mom and dad are fighting and you like.
Just like you bigging up my shirt. It really worked, dude. Thanks. When did you realize that there was not a single quote from me?
When you told me.
Oh, because you were looking.
I read it, and
just like I'm looking at myself and zooming in on the pics of me to make sure I look good. You were just like, oh, I'm quoted. This is great, which is what you expect in your own.
I was like, what's the thesis? I was like,
yeah.
Oh, it ended. Okay.
Yeah, it's short. It's short.
And I just scanned it to make sure that it wasn't like a canceled job.
Okay,
right?
A hatchet job.
Which it wasn't.
Well,
and
maybe from the editor.
And to make sure that, I was looking at the photos. I was like, damn, look at the fucking photos.
I will say, and before we kind of like move into all the great things that you're happy about in your profile, I will say, if you gave me the option that was, you can look sexy in the New York Times. And by the way, we look spectacular.
Well, okay, keep going.
Right. At least in my opinion, I think we both look fucking awesome. Even though
we'll get into that.
You're somehow taller than me now.
I'm tall. I'm taller than you right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm taller than you, so I don't know how. Jesus Christ, it's all so infuriating. No. So if you gave me the option,
you can't win.
If the option is you and Jimmy look sexy as fuck in the New York Times, but you're not going to get quoted, or regardless of how Jimmy's going to look, probably sexy because you always look really good. You're the hot one. I'm the people's champ. I'm the smart one. I'm the funny one, whatever. But anyway, if you were like, you're going to look like shit, James will look good like he always does, but you're going to have like banger bars, I'm going to take the first option because I'm superficial, narcissistic, and a bad person who only cares about how I look mainly.
This is just white.
So can I even really complain? Not really.
What else can you expect from the lamestream media fucking filling New York Times
fake news,
just erasing, just white man erasure?
Yeah,
right?
Honestly, dude. Another L for the whites.
It's so ironic that you weren't quoted. Like, you didn't give enough, you didn't talk enough.
Now that I'm thinking about it, a white man was silenced, and that is
white Jewish man.
That is white. A Jewish man. This honestly, the New York Times might want to check their anti-Semitism.
New York Times, anti-Semitic.
Anyway,
what's funny?
Let's move on.
What's
But
funny?
I just wanted to get that off my chest because, again, anyone who reads this, the takeaway for sure, I believe, who's not you, is going to be, was Larry even there?
No, the takeaway is, wow, James is a fucking star. This all started back in late June when I was going back and forth, and you were on this email too. So, important context. I pitched Stella, right?
Yep.
She moved it to email. I pitched her. I wrote a fucking...
Thank you again for that.
Of course. I wrote a heart. I poured my heart out. Whereas, like, you know, getting... I mean, kind of like...
You were doing a hard sell.
We joke about this, but it is, like, very cool that it's, like, Tori Van Thompson, independent young black creative, now on Mr. Porter.
Right.
Where he was just doing D2C. And he's in some stores for sure. He's in Blue and Green. He's an account in Japan. Hayato, right? He kind of does this piecemeal with the margins that he sells it. He doesn't make that much money. It's a passion project. He is now on Mr. Porter.
Correct.
He's able to do quantities that he's probably never been able to do when funding it out of his own pocket because he has, like, guaranteed income coming his way from Mr. Porter.
Yeah, guaranteed
and that's
order.
the beauty of working with retail as a small brand is once you
The
make
one
a
thing
sale,
that retail is good for.
and also for connecting you with best-in-class retailers and the only podcast that matters.
Right.
Whatever. So I sold her that. She's like, or I sold her that.
You
I
sold
told
her the
that.
dream.
Sold her the dream. The gears start moving. I like the photo editor reaches out to me.
Right.
I put you on. I think you got like they didn't reply all, and I put you back on.
Okay.
And you know we're going back and forth. We're
scheduling the
Lawrence
photo
is
shoot.
Lawrence is on. She puts on the photographer. She puts on somebody that's subbing in for her because they're going on vacation.
Oh, that's right.
So I say this to say that you were just kind of like playing the background a little bit,
Yeah.
which is totally fine.
Right.
And that, you know, better that. What's more
I've been
annoying,
playing a lot of background lately.
what's more annoying is when someone like wants to fucking step up and it's like, no, you're not needed here. Like,
pipe
don't,
down, sweetheart.
Yeah, don't like add your 2 cents in when like all you need is 1 cent. Anyway, we do the photo shoot. Isaac Tyner, that's his name, not Tina Turner. Isaac Turner. Isaac submits the photos. I hear back from the sub photo editor who's covering, right? So he probably has a lot on his plate.
Mm-hmm. A little out of his depth, maybe his element.
I'm assuming I'll have to talk about this. Whatever. Good morning, gentlemen. The pictures are cool, but I'm surprised to see Lawrence in most of them. How is he related to the Mr. Porter angle of our story?
Oh man, things were bad from jump, guys.
You should have fucking jumped in here, bro.
Well, we were when that happened. We were like talking about it. What was your response?
Hey, bleep. This must have been lost in the shuffle, but Lawrence and I are co-hosts / partners on Throwing Fits. As much as I'd love to hog the spotlight, I'll be generous enough to share it with him. Parentheses, this time, ...
Yeah, you were trying to be too
Best
cute.
James.
Because the follow-up, I believe, is also...
Well, then this gets weird. He goes, right, but that's not exactly my question. Can you be specific about the Mr. Porter deal here? And I'm like, okay, here's the deal. Like, we do this podcast.
Right, you have to explain. You have to write your own profile about us in email to make it clear to the photo editor who's subbing in that it is an article about a project that we both did.
Well,
we are both the subjects.
I think we're spoiled.
Presumably.
I think we're spoiled in that anytime like we need to make a decision, we're a 2-department fucking organization. There's the Jimmy department and the Larry department, right?
Sure.
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, yeah, it's just a funny way to say department.
Yeah, I'm just
We're
saying.
people.
Sure, corporations are people too, but I'm just saying, like, when working with large organizations, there's disconnect across different teams, and we've been dealing with that. Like, sometimes those bridges aren't as like clearly laid out as you would think they would be. But that's just the nature of like working at a large place.
Right. Normally, we work on a scale where you and I are in direct contact with people who make decisions, who understand what is going on. When you start fucking around with major media outlets and global retailers, there's a lot of different people. They're not all familiar with what we do, and things can get confusing. So I understand that.
So there was a moment where it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Lawrence going to be cut out the photos.
Yeah, dude.
They're going to crop out the guy shitting on the toilet.
Yeah. And I
Just keep the guy in the shower.
And it's so hilarious that this funny anecdote ultimately does kind of relate to what the final product was, even though the photos, again, were absolutely fucking exquisite and spectacular. It's almost like they photoshopped me to make me, I literally look 10 pounds lighter than I am. It was like the perfect angles, perfect lighting. You look fucking jacked.
This is what Isaac does.
They added height to you and fucking muscles, dude.
Muscles?
Muscles, dude. You have your pecs look, the way the mesh and the light hits, your pecs look like juicy C's, and then you have a giant uber abdomen, a mono ab, dude. That strata in menswear you're talking about is your goddamn one-pack up top.
This is the Jimmy department, this is the lighting department, and we're fucking bridging departments, baby.
But so again, the photos look
the photos look sick.
But it's just funny to think that this all started here karmically.
What's funny is that we're not wearing any of the Throwing Fits Mr. Porter stuff.
No.
Because when
we
the photos
did in other shots.
When the photos were taken, a lot of the product had yet to be final samples weren't available in the warehouse, so we had a bit of a limited option to work with. We were wearing them when we were pretending to podcast here.
Yeah.
And when we were pretending to do therapy on the bat, well, sorry, I won't give away all the scenes because, hopefully, I mean, Isaac is generous enough where he's going to give us a bunch of photos.
Fingers crossed, right? So you guys will see what we're talking about, but we're wearing some product, but it's limited.
They were like, "Oh, you were kind of put in a creative box when it came to styling yourself because you're like, I came with what I have, and I have like a bunch of like Stofa and some Mon Italy, and like that's really all I can work with here.
I didn't bring a suitcase.
Yeah." And I was like, they were like, "Oh, we're going to the roof, change your fit." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I'm like, mesh shirt. Why not?"
Smart move, dude.
Bro.
Smart move on the fly.
Was it, though? I was a little nervous. I honestly
What do you mean, what? I mean, we now know that it was the right call, but yes, it was a risky Hail Mary, but you look awesome.
Well, that's why.
But your nips are out.
I got nipples in the New York Times, NYT nips, and I got one other, what I think is a first in the New York Times, which is clapping theoretical cheeks.
Oh, yeah, that was, I don't know if you want to now. Okay, so, and we told this story to say that the universe was working against Larry from the beginning. Basically, is what we're trying to say.
As much as you weren't quoted, which is in totality, I must say,
completely.
All right, let's start from the fucking beginning with this article.
Oh yeah, can you do me a favor? Can you read the intro? Just read. I'll tell you when to stop because I think it's
damn. My titties look fucking phenomenal.
We look great.
These small talk studio pants. I haven't even looked at you. Yeah, you look good. The thing is, what's funny is that you're looking at me, so it does kind of reinforce the notion that this is like the James profile.
What was going through my head was, I can't wait to read all the great quotes from this fucking genius brain. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Greatest lead of all time.
Let's hear it.
This is a very pants heavy story, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you're again, the pants that you're about to describe are not even the super loud small talk ones you're wearing in the hero pick.
Yeah. It is difficult not to be distracted by James Harris's pants. Fucking
yeah, sure.
Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the greatest thing anyone's ever said about me. And anyone's ever said, period. That's fucking Shakespearean. Generously proportioned, they are of the lounge variety, made of shiny cupro, a cousin of rayon. It's actually, they use leftover fibers of like the silk making process. So it's mainly organic material.
These are your South 2 West 8 leopard pajama pants.
So it's mainly a organic material that's like breathable, but it gives off the feel of like a rayon or a silk, even though it's much cheaper and sustainable. And decorated in a gasoline spill of green, gold, and mauve, which has somehow found its way into a leopard print. Fucking poetry!
Okay, next paragraph.
Okay. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Harris was wearing this garment when he greeted me on a humid day last month at his apartment in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. This is where he and his podcasting partner... a little sidekick.
Yeah, no, seriously, truly.
This is where he and his podcasting partner, Lauren Schlossman, record Throwing Fits, a weekly show that is about menswear, but always manages to veer off into 1,000 different directions.
So if you are not a patron, this is the point I want to make, right? If you're not a patron and you're not a best friend behind the paywall and you're hearing us break this down, between that intro about you and your pants and you greeting him and the fact that I'm not quoted once, it literally makes it seem like I was not invited to the interview session that informs the profile of the podcast of which I am one half of. But I was here.
Then I have a great fucking quote. He lists out the breadth of the 74 items, right? And that unfortunately I do think that it was a little, again, it's hard to wrap a human brain around the fucking ambitiousness and breadth of this entire project. We did not make selects. We fucking collaborated with 13 brands. And I said, it's actually a long con to fill in the holes in our personal wardrobes.
That's a great line.
That's a bar.
We've used it before. And the reason I say that is not to denigrate another great quote from your fucking perfect brain. It's because that is the way we've approached every collaborative project we've ever done, from the DMA duck boots to the 74 pieces in this. It's like we just want to make shit that we do not own, like this fucking sick vest, like these fucking sick trousers, so that we can just fucking wear them so we can reap the spoils.
You know what's funny is that when we were talking to the guy, because you're a quote machine, whenever we do a Zoom, like I always, because when we do a Zoom, typically the cadence is like I'll speak first and you'll speak second. And I'm just like, damn, bars, quotes. You do get quoted more than me.
Actually, I do. Yeah, I appreciate that. I believe that's, you just brought me up. I believe that. That wasn't.
Yeah, you're able to like digest.
That wasn't empty.
I give like the answer, and then you're able to just like give like an eloquent kind of like icing on the cake.
I'm kind of like an extrapolator. You know, I throw the extendo on the idea. I extrapolate and build off of, and throw the extendo on the banana clip that you load up.
You're the pinata at the party, and you're getting beat up on, brother.
Or we could say that you're like the alley-oop, and then I can slam dunk for like a period on that stage.
Yeah, but this was me. This is me pitching a perfect game.
Really?
Kind of.
Because I thought your kicker was the one thing I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Harder,
okay.
Bro.
All right. Okay. Relax, buddy.
Whoa. Okay.
No, but what I was saying is that when we were talking to the guy, I was like, damn, like you got to give quotables. You know, you can't just talk. You got to give very quotable bars.
One other peek behind the curtain I'll say is that you and I huddled up beforehand, and we're like, yo, this is going to be a serious article about how two kind of menswear outsiders are like kind of like dipping their toe into the establishment with Mr. Porter, but not trying to like stray away from the ethos that like makes us Throwing Fits and what we do important and meaningful to our fans. So we're like, let's be more serious. Let's not necessarily ham it up. It's Lawrence and James for the New York Times, not Jimmy and Larry. And I felt like I did say insightful shit, but I guess I thought wrong.
No, I think you did, but I think, I don't know, bro. Yeah, because you can get Jimmy and Larry on like 10,000 hours of material that's like on the fucking internet everywhere, except for the ones that we've deleted and the ones that got taken down for third-party content. But yeah, let's give him James Lawrence. So then my next quote, I say something about like, okay, this is crazy. First of all, I just want to say props to me and Jonah Hill for getting Surf Ninjas into the New York Times canon, which, have you seen that? You love classic movies. Have you seen that?
Of course I've seen Surf Ninjas, bro.
You seen that Tone Loc vehicle?
We've talked about it extensively, not just together, but with Jonah, which is what I guess John
Quancy,
the writer of the article mentions there.
Okay, this is funny. On Discord, a platform popular with crypto enthusiasts and gamers, fans engage in discussions spurred on by the duo. I think spurred on is like the right phrasing.
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
On topics that lurch, another great verb. I think this is a great fucking little sentence on Discord. That lurch from the designer Mike Amiri,
because the guy who got stabbed in the bodega that day was wearing Mike Amiri.
Yeah. Which was trending on Twitter because of that.
Yeah, I mean, a generous name drop.
To whether a listener would stay loyal to the pod if Mr. Harris slept with their ex.
Ooh, the Jimmy Show just rolls on, baby. Which honestly,
this guy fucks. This guy's Hunter Biden. I'm the Hunter Biden.
You are. I don't know if I'm in the chord as much as you, especially most recently when you had COVID and you had like nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I don't remember, or I have never seen that conversation.
I haven't seen that.
I don't know what that is about.
I think somebody was just like, I wouldn't be able to listen to the pod if Jimmy fucked my ex.
Wouldn't.
Or something. Would not.
Oh, because honestly, if Jimmy fucks your ex, you should up your tier, bitch.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, and you should up your tier.
Yeah. You can little taste of Jimmy if you want.
Yeah,
we're Eskimo bros at that point.
On the Ligana pod, I think when she's talking about going on that date with that guy, you literally like, tell me how my dick tastes.
Yeah.
Which is regrettable.
And then I feel, but then the
at
guy,
best.
But then the guy should not have gone into the comments and outed himself.
Yeah, that was fucking
a self cuck. Come on,
yeah, that guy rocks.
And then it kind of ends.
Sorry, bro.
I have two more quotes, but like, do you want me to read them? Is this hurting you? Is this okay?
No,
okay?
I'm processing, and I don't know what stage I'm in acceptance. Because the toothpaste is out of the tube. We can't take it back. Moral of the story is we look sexy as fuck. Both of us are doing a thing on our own that is worthy of mentioning in the best media outlet, at least in terms of where we stand politically.
The kicker, I think, does require context. The kicker is, so it's kind of like, okay, so, we're outsiders. We're anti-capital F fashion. We don't fuck with the runway. We fuck with the creeks to the streets. We're not industry.
That's also a good title, From the Creek to the Streets.
We're not industry. We're into streets.
Yeah, right.
Like fucking Styles P. And I say, if we've lost our bad boy, rebel, outsider veneer, which I'm being facetious there, then I'm fine with that because we're still doing what we're doing. What I meant was like, if people perceive us to be like, oh, they're working with Mr. Porter, like that, they fucking sold out. It's like, fuck you, because we're still out here fucking parsing.
Which no one said, by the way. So it's like such a
exactly.
It's like a hypothetical that is not. No one's even questioning our bona fides.
Selling out doesn't exist really in 2020, unless you're like Matt Damon going to Crypto.com. Or
the only thing
shit.
that we're selling out is 74 fucking banger pieces. My issue with the kicker, no, the sentiment was great, and I understand what you're saying. Like when you say something to a reporter facetiously and they don't on the record and they don't necessarily like set it up because they're just trying to get the quote in the limited space that exists in the piece.
Real estate, baby.
Yeah, the limited real estate. It just for me like that kicker, it ends a little like redundantly,
sure.
I would say. So that was the only thing. It's like you would have picked your words. You would have chose your words a little better. But you never know when you're saying the kicker.
If I knew that I was giving five,
that's media.
Quotes, if I knew I was giving 5 bars New York Times and you weren't even getting half a bar, fuck you, Larry.
I'm not getting half a bar. I didn't even get half a bar though. The best thing was during the fact check. Is when John Ortved, the wonderful writer who put this together, shout out John.
Which he had a few things. He's like, "What's your age?
Yeah.
Where do you go to school?
Where
are you from the cul-de-sacs?"
Literally, yeah. Some people are trying to shame me where it's like, James, 36, New York City, Lawrence Schlossman, 35, suburban New Jersey. That's fine. Like, that's the truth. Like, I'm not going to lie about our age or where I'm from.
Yeah, it's still
Shout out the fucking sidewalks for keeping me off the streets, dude. I mean, that's...
Shout out the cul-de-sacs.
Yeah.
Cars coming.
So people are like, I don't feel bad about that. But one thing he did say... So
this is great.
He's doing all this. He goes, and it's fast. He's doing it quick.
He's a serious guy. He's like a professional reporter.
Yeah. He
right?
said he was like, Lawrence, on the podcast when you said, at least I didn't slide into your DMs like
No. He said, Lawrence, when you say thought, does that stand for that hoe over there?
Yeah, he goes, Lawrence, when you say thought, does that mean? And I said, can I have? I'm like, I said, presumably, I would imagine. Can I have the context? He goes, I believe you said this. It was on the Ion Pod podcast. He goes, I believe, and he's like, I have it here. We didn't slide into your DMs like some fucking thought. I was like, yeah, that hoe. That's it's like
that was when I was like dying laughing, but also like, oh my God, Lawrence must be dying inside, like in anguish because you had this fear that you were like. You said some things where like, oh fuck, like this could be a cancel job, bro. This could be a hit job, and I'm like, no, it's not. Like
I turned to Dave Portnoy. Like, everything is just a hit piece.
Yeah, I was like, the New York Times doesn't do that. Like,
right,
it's gonna
it's
be
the
fine.
style section, sure.
Or like it's like one interview, like if he did like a fucking 6-month investigation, maybe on some Alexander Wang shit. But then I was dying laughing that he was like, yes, it says here that you at least we didn't slide in your DMs like a fucking thought, and you're like. That's it. I was also like, oh my God, he's probably tearing himself apart on the inside.
And it's funny is because I start to then wonder, like, where is this going? And I'm assuming that, like, I believe in the article he says that we are oftentimes profane, which is
buoyant, profane,
broy, buoyant, and extremely profane or whatever. Very often profane. Anytime I know that people are writing about us, I know the word bro is probably going to come in there. I know that Barstool Sports is going to get fucking mentioned for sure. And typically people are going to, not call us out, but acknowledge the fact that, listen, when you spit bars,
say fuck a lot.
Sometimes there's a little vitriol that gets spit with it, right? So I wasn't mad. I told that story to Jenna because I was like, like the piece was fine, like it could have been worse. And I told that thought thing as an example, and she's like, yeah, like she's like, you never know how bad it could have gone. And I was like, well, I didn't think it's like that bad. I mean, that's like what it stands for. Like, I guess I was maybe being like a little sexist or whatever. But
that's like when you have to like, that's like when you're like explaining a meme. When you have to explain slang, you're just like, oh my God, I sound like a fucking idiot.
But the final point I'll make before we have to
take the thing about Cap is that
yeah, right, exactly. Straight guys can kiki too. You never want to get yourself. Shout out the boys. No, because we have to go take all these fucking Brits out to dinner. But I will say that based on some of the questions that were inquired about in the fact check, I think, in my heart of hearts, that this was maybe going to be a longer piece, that when the piece ends, if anyone else
it's just getting good.
Feels like we were just then getting to the meat and potatoes. We had moved past the history
Yeah,
lesson,
the aggregated timeline.
the timeline of the whole fucking story.
A Discord listener is talking about how he took a $69 flight to the Throwing Fits barbecue.
Yeah,
Shout out Keith Time.
Shout out Spirit Airlines. Shout out Megabus, dude. But I will say that for me, it's like I think this could have been longer. I think that Larry could have wiggled his way in, at least with a quote being called out about, being a misogynist. And alas, it didn't happen. And here we are, and we look good. And I keep repeating it because I'm trying to convince myself.
You need to hear it.
Because here's the thing. I'm not not happy for you. I love you.
Bro.
This is fucking great. I'm just saying I hate myself.
This is good for the pod. What's good for Jimmy is good for the pod. What's good for Larry is good for the pod. What's good for the pod is good for Jimmy and Larry. What's good for the pod is good for the best friends upon the paywall. The last thing, very quickly, that I want to say is that Daniel Todd from Mr. Porter, who's our fucking boy.
Oh yeah, shout out Daniel. We'll see him tonight.
Yeah, and he was the guy he was kind of the main impetus behind this. Besides Chris Corrado, who is going to be on the podcast next week. Our
Deep
old
cut, dude.
That's a fucking
the man you could
that's
argue
a big bro
who discovered us.
Exactly,
the biggest broski that we've seen thus
No,
far.
that'll
be fun as fuck. I can't wait.
He truly he came to us with DMA, which was our first ever collaboration. He's like,
Chris, not Daniel.
Chris. But Daniel saw the vision too, and he gave a quote that the one thing he said was, "They're not shy in their opinions," which I just want to point out is incredibly rare in a fucking men's media landscape that is so castrated. You got eunuchs typing away because it's such a quid pro quo. We're in the pocket of nobody.
We ain't sucking no dicks besides our own.
Yeah,
and yours.
And RoboCops.
Because you pay us. And RoboCops.
Yeah. Let me see all them dicks.
Yeah, shout out to you guys at home.
Anyway, we want to keep giving you unabashed bars and opinions. Because you know what? It doesn't matter if you get quoted or not quoted in New York Times.
It doesn't matter.
Because you just caught.
It doesn't matter.
You just caught.
It doesn't matter.
You just caught 61 minutes of bars from Larry's fucking maw.
What's good for Jimmy is good for Larry. What's good for Jimmy is good for Larry. What's good for Larry is good for Jimmy. What's good for the podcast is good for the Throw Gang. What's good for the New York Times is good for the Throwing Fits. Yep. Okay. Cool.
Jeff, take us out.